Hi, today I'm going to share with you a lot of the things that I have been trying out. I have a lot of products. I would say half of them, if not more, are drugstore. So this is going to take a little while just to show you and give you my thoughts. The reason I'm making this video is because some of these things won't make it into my favorites or necessarily my fails. They're just products that may not stand out either way, but for you it might be interesting to get some information on them. So I'm going to jump right in. The first thing I want to show you is by Neutrogena. This is new. It's the Hydro Boost Body Gel Cream with hyaluronic acid, and it's for normal to dry skin. Now I have been trying to go fragrance free in my body products. I love fragrance. It's a real mood booster, but for my skin, I really want to give it just what it needs, and fragrance isn't something that it needs. But I got drawn in. It was at the end cap in Target, and all of the Neutrogena Hydro Boost items were there, and I just on an impulse grabbed it. So I've used it only 3 times, and I'll give you my thoughts. I live in Colorado, so it's a dry climate. I'm 55, so my skin, it tends to be more dry. This is really good for those of you who don't need deep moisture, just a light moisturizer. It is really nice though. It does have a light fragrance. It has this, I'll show you, blue, very faint blue color to it. Who knows why? Maybe because they want you to think of water, you know, hydration. But this is a great texture, and it's very light. It just melts right into your skin. If you're in a hurry, or if it's the summertime and it's humid and you don't need much, I think this would be perfect for you. The scent is fairly strong. It's a nice scent. I do like it. And it left when it dried down, it left my skin feeling very smooth and silky, just a silky feeling. It didn't feel super moisturized at the end of the day, but it did still feel really silky. So I think it's a pretty good moisturizer. It has fragrance. It has hyaluronic acid, but it's one of the last ingredients on the list. So if you live in a humid climate or you have fairly healthy skin, I think this would be a pretty good moisturizer. The next item is by Derma. Beautiful Dawn from Dawn's Life Over 40 suggested this. It's in a video from her anti-aging, I believe her décolletage. And this is an anti-wrinkle renewal cream from Derma. It's got vitamin A in it. You can use it on your face and neck as well, but she doesn't, and I understand why. It's this nice big tub. So it's just really convenient to apply to your chest area. I've got a lot of sun damage on there. I have used this. I put it in my regimen for the week. I have a little whiteboard that I put things up on so that I stay in a routine and I can be consistent with what I'm using on my face and my chest and my neck. So this I've used probably 6 times. I love it. Now I need to use it longer to be able to see if I really do get some results, but so far I'm enjoying using it in my skincare routine. I have become really faithful in trying to take care of my chest area, and so I'm excited to see what the results might be. And then the next cream that I bought, several of you out there use, and I'm sorry I can't remember who suggested it or who I watched first, and it's Honey Skin, the Ultimate Face and Body Cream. It says hydrate, nourish, and restore, and this is cruelty-free as well as the Derma. So this says to apply a small amount 2 to 3 times daily. I don't know why 3 times, but you have to be careful not to get it in your eyes. It's fragrance-free, which is nice, but I have to tell you that this has a really strong scent. It's natural from coconut and cacao and the honey, but it really smells like frosting. It smells like buttercream frosting. It's very thick. The scent is really strong. It actually almost has a frosting consistency. There's that. Sorry I didn't show you the Derma consistency. It's just a white thick cream actually. But this is thicker. This has a very almost like a buttercream sort of consistency, or shortening sort of consistency to it. I had to get used to it. I don't love it. The scent is so strong. The consistency is so thick. It's not real sticky. The scent does dissipate, but it is very much like spreading frosting on your face. It doesn't stay with the white cast. It does melt into your skin, as you can see. And I've used it at night with serums underneath and then locking that moisture in with this Honey Skin. And I've also used it during the day. I had to wait for a while to let it really sink in and then put my sunscreen over top of it. It does have dry down to a very satiny finish. It's not one of those super greasy, oily looking. It doesn't have, like, if you actually put shortening or frosting on your face, it really dries down and has more of a satin velvet finish. The jury's out on this. I don't know that I would buy it again. It's just really unusual. I'm just not sure. So that's some information for you if you're interested in the Honey Skin. But it didn't have a problem underneath my makeup, and it has not broken me out or anything like that. Then next would be the Kristin Ess. I just saw this at Target last week. There's a whole line of Kristin Ess, and this is the Style Reviving Dry Conditioner. So it's not dry shampoo. She had a lot of different products. This says instantly softening, shine boosting, weightlessly moisturizing, oil and odor absorbing, UV and heat protection. That's why I got this. I have a lot of hair products, but this one tends to cover a lot of bases. Now, it isn't necessarily a dry shampoo, but it does say that it is oil absorbing. It has a pretty strong scent that I wasn't super fond of. But it's not bad. It's just not one that I really, really like. But it does go away after a few minutes. But it has UV protection, which is great for this time of year with the upcoming summertime, and heat protection. So on those second, third days where you haven't washed your hair possibly, you could spray this in. It says to brush it through, and then you can heat style it because of the heat protection. Then when you go out, you've got UV protection, and it helps with some shine. I did notice it really did help with a little bit of shine. So I think it's kind of a nice multi-use product. So I'll let you know. All right, so next is by The Ordinary. It's their brand new Squalane cleanser. Comes in this little tube. You only get 1.7 fluid ounces in here, and it is, let me show you the consistency of it. It's fragrance free. It's like that. Let me see if I can. Okay. Why I'm not going to purchase this again is because it does the job. It gets all your makeup off. I tried it once on my eyes, even though I prefer to take my eye makeup off with a cotton round and eye makeup remover. I did it with this just so I could see if it would. It absolutely did. It took everything off. But I had to use so much of this, or at least I felt I had to use so much of this all over my face that I would say there's only a third of it left, and I've had it for 2 weeks. So it's really, or when it first came out, maybe it's a week and a half. I've been using it every night, and it's almost gone. So it's a really good product, but for the price and the size, I'm thinking that it isn't that great of a deal. But it is a really good product. It's fragrance free, and it really does do the job. I also didn't like kind of the drag, the pull, at least for me, I felt on my skin that I really had to work it into my skin instead of just smoothly gliding over my skin, if that makes sense. All right, so the next thing is by e.l.f. I picked up the Tone Adjusting Face Primer because I have a lot of red in my skin tone. This one is a fail for me. I've used it on this side of my face, on the right side, and it doesn't look any different than my left side. I've done that 3 different days, and then on another day I used it all by itself. I would say for me, it doesn't do really anything for my pores, which it doesn't claim to, but it also doesn't do much for the redness in my skin. So if you have this and you use it and it works for you, would you please let me know how? Because I would like to use it up, but it just seems like I'm adding an extra step that doesn't do anything. So this is how it looks once you've rubbed it in. It doesn't leave really a green cast, but it doesn't correct either. So I'm going to pass on repurchasing that one. Then the other primer that I've been trying out, I'm so excited. I got the little small size, the travel size of the Tatcha silk canvas. I did not want to pick up the big one because I wasn't sure what it was going to do. So I thought, ooh, I'll try out the small one. It's in this beautiful little container. It looks like that. And you're supposed to use the smallest amount. I just use it with clean fingertips. And I pressed it into the lines that I have on the left side of my face, up in my forehead, around my eye, and then down around here. And you really have to be careful not to use too much, because if you do, it will pill. I've had that happen a couple times. And I feel like I'm being really careful. So that is kind of not a great thing, because even though I feel like I'm really paying attention, I feel like I'm using a tiny bit, and I get this rolling, you know, my foundation starts rolling off my face a little bit. So I'm not real sure what I think about this. I've used it about 4 times. One time that I used it, I thought I really saw a difference. So hopefully I'll see that again. I got another thing from e.l.f. and this is an eyeshadow palette. It's the Clay eyeshadow palette in Necessary Nudes, and that's the box. And I said in a video before that I don't really care for drugstore eyeshadow palettes. I haven't really found many that have wowed me, and so I wanted to try e.l.f. I thought, this is like, how could I go wrong? It hardly costs anything. It comes in this nice plastic palette, and then these shades. A nice neutral nude palette. I did my eyes with it today, if you can see, and I really like it. I have to double up on the eyeshadow for the most part, but they're really, really nice. There's the darkest one right there. And then here's the one I use on my lid. And then there's this really nice bright one that I put all over my lid before on my pinky. I put that on my lid, and then I covered it with this, and then I put that in the crease and the outer V. I put this one underneath my eye, and then there are 2 that are shimmery. The shimmers you have to put on with your finger. I found that they work the best with your finger. See, so there's not a lot of shine, but it's still a pretty color. And then I'm running out of fingers. Here's the darker gold one, which is pretty. Looks like that. So this is really a nice palette. I've used it several mornings, so I'm really impressed with this eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. I'm enjoying that. I will continue to use it. Then from BareMinerals, I got the Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick. And it comes in a box like this. This is great for travel. It's what I'm wearing today. I could have probably put a little bit more on. I buffed it in with the BareMinerals Smoothing Face Brush. It's dual fiber like that. So it comes up like this, and I would just swipe it across my cheeks, forehead, down my nose, and on my chin, and then blend it in with that brush. But it is really, really nice. And I've never really liked stick foundations, but it blends in great. It lasts all day. I found that this on me lasts all day long. So I'm thinking this will probably be my go-to travel foundation. Another item that I picked up is recommended by Dawn again, and this is a mascara by Pacifica, Stellar Gaze Length and Strength Mineral Mascara. It comes in this really cool tube. I like how it looks. It's what I'm wearing today. It has this massive brush. You really have to be careful with your lower lashes, especially because it's big, but it's not a super wet formula. The essence that I have is pretty wet and thick, the formula. This is not. This is not too dry, but it's not very wet. So it doesn't come out real clumpy. It's more of those wispy lashes, but not thin. Just a really nice feathered lash. That's a better way to put it. A nice feathery lash. And it's really easy to clean off. I've been using other mascaras so long that when I used this one and cleaned it off, it just easily swept away. It does not flake or smudge on me either. I've used it several days. At the end of the day I've checked, and it's been great. And then the last thing that I'm not super crazy about is by Urban Decay. It's the Ultimate Ozone Multi-Purpose Primer Pencil, and it's for your lips. And it's this big, thick, white pencil, and it says that it can help your lipstick to last 8 hours. If you put it on your lips, if you put it just above your lips, it can help with feathering and also with fine lines. That's the claim. I have not found that to be true for me, and I've even waited like 5 minutes after putting it on. I was really excited about the fine lines, to fill in my fine lines on my upper lip especially, but even after waiting 5 minutes and then lining my lips and filling in with the lip pencil and then up my gloss wear, so I put gloss on over that. I don't expect the gloss to last, but I do want a little bit more time for my pencil to last. And I just wanted my lips to look better, and so far I haven't really seen any difference at all. So those are all the things I'm trying. I know it's a lot. Hopefully you hung in there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.